welcome once again to Tennessee Valley This Morning on WTMB. Joe and Kim Palo. It is Wednesday again, so we're back on a Wednesday.
We are back on a Wednesday.
And so we want to thank Kay and Chris Free for yesterday's show.
I think it's Tuesday.
No, it's Wednesday.
Okay.
It's Wednesday. I'll get you straight.
Thank
it's
you.
Wednesday
it's
today.
Always early, and we have the different mornings that we do, and so sometimes I get confused about which day
Don't
it
be
is.
don't be confused.
No, don't be confused.
Yesterday was Kay and Chris.
Okay,
which
that's
was
right.
Tuesday.
That's right. So it's Wednesday.
And today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday.
Right. It's
I
the
just
middle
throw
of
that
the
out
week.
there.
There we go.
And let me give you let me help you out here. 2 days from now, it's Friday. And what happens on Friday?
We'll be on the air on Friday again, Friday morning.
Oh, are we doing Friday morning
it'll
again?
be Friday morning, you and I.
Holy
And then
smokes.
you're going to be starting at 6:30 in the morning, and then you won't be ending until 12:30 the next morning.
So for those of you that can't get
He's a
enough
worker
of
man.
Joe Palo, this week is another good week for you.
That's right.
Because you got me a lot.
That's right, because you have a new infomercial coming on the air.
Oh,
A couple. That's right, and so you're just going to be all over the place.
In fact, I'm glad you mentioned that because I want to, before we even get it on the air, I want to let people know. We've got a new place in our area, Reliance Auto and Tow. You'll see an infomercial we're going to be doing here shortly on the air. What a great couple folk, the people that own that, Kenny
Now,
and Carol.
it's not just towing; they do
Oh,
repairs.
no, auto repair.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They tow, they can fix your car, they can tow it there and
If
fix
it's
it. tow somewhere.
broken, they'll go
They'll
get
fix
it, and then they'll fix it, and
really
then you
nice
can go
folks,
pick it up.
Kenny and Carol, and you'll see, and they do a wonderful job, unbelievable low rates, and they've already have so many satisfied customers, repeat business, that's what we need. We need to get folks to go out there. And once you go out there once, you'll go back again and again. You can ask James. Really nice place. Clean as a pin. It reminds me of Moore's Discount, which is the other one. George Moore. George is like very OCD. Everything got to be clean. So is Kenny. It's like spa. It's like a hospital in there.
See, they couldn't live with me, could they?
No, or me.
I know.
I mean, I'm
Right, no, they
OCD, but
couldn't.
about different things.
Right,
You know what I'm
things
saying?
that
Not
don't matter,
cleaning
right?
things.
Not things being
just,
neat or
you know,
anything. No.
It's but anyway.
The rock that was on the windshield.
I did keep that.
Yes, and I almost got in trouble because you thought I threw it away. It was on the mantle.
This was the deal, though.
No, seriously.
One day,
I almost got mad
and
at me.
and some of you may relate to this. One day, we're riding down the road, and this rock comes flying up and lands on the hood of the car. And we're on the interstate, and it stays there. And I'm like, look at that rock. And it stayed on the hood of the car. And we drove wherever we went, it stayed there. We drove home, it stayed there. I left it then at that point. It was like, let's see how long it'll stay here before I wash it forever. And then I would have washed it and put it back. But it stayed there. And then a day became 2, 3, a week, 2 weeks, and it stayed there. Then it became like my friend because every time I'm driving, I see that rock and I got to talking to it. You're just staying there. Are you stuck? No, put it right back. So it stayed there so long at that point, I developed a relationship with this rock and I couldn't get rid
Had
of it.
anxiety attacks when he would be separated from it.
I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't take it off.
So then it went on the mantle of the fireplace.
Right,
and
because
then
Kim
he
said, what's this rock doing? I said, Kim, that rock has been there forever. Please leave it alone. It's my friend. It's my pet rock. Remember those? So I did finally take it off of there, and I put it on the mantle.
Right.
And I still have it somewhere because it became part of the family.
Well, yeah, you think you have it somewhere.
Oh, trust me.
No,
Trust me.
I'm the one, I cleaned off the mantle, and then...
See, Kim, I
It's
know
in the little-
your little tricks. So what I did is I went out to the rock garden. I took another rock.
put it...
I spent hours. It's pretty similar. I put it there. I took my friend the rock.
It's
hid
in his
him.
pocket.
You can throw that one back in. So that's what happened. I kept the rock. But yeah, so speaking of that, OCD about that, but not about cleaning. But George Moore and Kenny at Reliance and Carol are.
That's right, where
Very
it
OCD
matters.
about cleaning, where it matters. All right, so we've got a great show today.
We do.
A wonderful show.
We do.
And just so people can realize that I finally know who's on the show. Usually I let you. We have Brigitte Hofferle with Mosaic.
She's actually Montessori, but
Montessori.
she's here for a completely different
Well, she's going to talk to us about. We'll let her tell you what we're going to. We don't want to steal her
thunder, right? I mean.
So we got Brigitte, who we've had on before.
And Emily, her daughter's with her.
And Amelie is here too as
Amelie.
well, and you'll see her as well. We also have Ron Moore,
We do.
who is not from Germany.
No.
He's from here, and
From around these parts.
It's pretty obvious
It's
when he
pretty
gets to
obvious
talking.
he's around these parts.
Ron is our resident local historian, and he'll talk to us about some history from our area. So
Right.
that's always interesting.
And we'll have to, he's not here yet, so let's just make a pact that we're going to remind him that he didn't pick Bradley.
Yeah, he didn't, and
Last
he got
Friday
in a
night,
lot
and he got in
of
a
trouble.
lot of trouble, so we're going to bring it up again.
We got to bring it up again. Those of you that missed Football Friday, yeah, he picked the Blackman over.
I know,
Bradley.
and then Bradley won, and it was
But in all
homecoming.
fairness, even though he's not here, I will stick up for him, because in all fairness, your head was going to tell you Blackman, because Blackman is a strong school.
I know,
Always has.
but you know, right?
Oh,
if
and has-
anybody's heart, it should have been with,
Oh, yeah.
with Bradley. It was wrong.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I still think it's funny.
It is funny. He did get into some
Yes,
lot
he
of
did.
trouble.
A lot of trouble.
You know, a lot of trouble. But we'll talk about that. And we also have,
The
speaking
man
of
of the
Bradley,
hour. I know.
our Bradley County School Superintendent Johnny McDaniel, our buddy,
Who is Tennessee Superintendent
Yes,
of the
he is.
Year, guys? We ought to be
for
proud.
2013.
And we've known him since we were children, Joe.
Since we all were
We
children.
were all kids
I was
in Florida.
smaller and younger than you guys, but yeah, since we were all down in Florida.
Yeah, we were all down in Florida.
He had
I mean,
long
small
hair
world,
back
right?
then?
I know he did. He had long. All you Bradley
Blonde?
students out there. Yes, he was blonde, very, very handsome young man.
Not very. I mean, he still is handsome.
Well, yes,
Just
very
older
right.
handsome
Just
than
older handsome.
now.
We were all young and silly. You had long hair too, and a lot
Yeah, I
of
did.
it.
Yeah, I
Yes,
did.
did. You hadn't found the hair.
So now you got to
yet.
deflect from Johnny now to start dogging me a little bit.
No,
I had a lot of it.
you did. Just everybody did back then. I had big hair too.
Watch yourself. You're not talking about the hole in the back of my head.
No, there's
back
not
here.
one, Joe.
I know.
That spray.
Yeah.
Joe, there was a lot of years between those years when we were all in Florida to those years now. A lot of things have changed.
Yes, a lot of things have
A
changed.
lot of things have changed. We were Tampa Bay fans.
Not. I'm tired of you saying that. My goodness
Let's move
gracious.
on. Let's go to commercial
Then stop
break. Then
saying
come back
that. That's
with
not true.
Brigitte.
It's like
I
a-
can pull a string
She always pulls my
anytime,
string.
anywhere.
And especially not this week after our big loss, our defeated loss.
That was us though, Joe. I
Sunday.
mean, we didn't get beat. We beat ourselves. That's
we gave
just
them
wrong.
the game.
I know. We
had
handed
the
it
game.
to them.
And that's
handed it to
I
them.
don't even want to talk
Let's
about it.
don't.
All right. So anyway, we've got a great show for you today. We do appreciate you being with us. Get yourself another cup of coffee because it is early. If you have to get to school or to work, you better get the ball rolling.
That's right. Stop watching TV.
Well, you
Go
can
get
turn it
ready.
up, because you'll want to hear me. And then we'll, you can get ready. All right. So we're going to be back. We've got Brigitte Hofferly and Amelie Hofferly in the house. We'll talk with them when we return from these messages. Please stay tuned.
Great local sports right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television. Keep up to date on all your Walker Valley sports news Wednesdays with the Walker Valley Sports Zone. Get a behind-the-scenes look at all the local high school area football with the pregame Thursdays at 10. And it's a Friday night tradition. Football Friday, every Friday night at 11 o'clock. Right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Has your disability application been denied? Are you frustrated with the administration's processing of your claim? Do you feel as though the administration simply does not understand why you cannot work? You're not alone. My name is Matthew Coleman, and I'm an attorney representative. I find that many of my clients share these concerns and others. As a representative, it's my job to communicate your claim to the administration in a language that they can understand. As an attorney, it's my duty to fight for the disability benefits that you deserve. Come talk to me. The Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson, PC.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley, this morning on WTMB. Again, Joe and Kim Palo with you. It is middle of the week Wednesday. Hope you're having a good one so far. As you can see, we're joined by the lovely Brigitte and Amelie Hoffele. I said that right, didn't I?
I know. I'm just
I
so
was just
impressed.
rolling it out there. I'll be speaking German here shortly.
That's right. He does Spanish on our Monday night show that we do live. Yes, when he talks about the Mexican restaurant, and he does a great, Spanish. So now we got German going on, Joe. I'm telling you, you're just
Mexicano. That's about as far as it goes.
That's it, folks. But hey, I'm impressed.
All right. So we are joined, as I said, by Brigitte and Amelie Hoffele, and we want to know a little bit about why you're here today. I know we talk about Montessori school, but that's really not the reason we're here today.
Well, it is
You
part
can
of it.
still talk about it.
You can talk about it.
You can talk about
Do
it.
not talk about it. You can't
I never get tired of talking about that.
Right.
But it is actually connected to what we're talking about today.
Okay.
The reason, and thanks for inviting me
Yes,
today.
ma'am. Thank
the
you.
reason why I'm here today is we want to promote the German magician that's coming to town on October the 6th to Walker Valley. And at 6 o'clock at night. It's about a 1.5 hour show, free admission.
Wow.
So
Wow.
bring everyone and your uncle and
right.
everyone else. But it is under the umbrella of the German language school, which is under the umbrella of Montessori Kinder. So Montessori Kinder has started a German language school called MK Montessori Kinder Plus. And the MK Plus is also part of the My Fest that we did last year, which will be coming, this year, which will come again 2013, which we're really excited about. And we had the German ambassador at the My Fest this year in May 2012. Here comes my German. And we found our picture of the My Fest on the German embassy. And I just found that out when I had to search some things for the German embassy in Atlanta. Anyway, the German embassy calls us up and says, "Hey, we got a German magician coming, and he travels throughout the southeast of the United States every year for years now.
Right.
Visited the areas of BMW and Mercedes and so forth. Well, now he's starting out his tour in Cleveland, Tennessee.
That's right. His very first one is going to be at Walker Valley High School.
Walker Valley High School.
And when it's going to be on October the 6th, and it's the very beginning of the tour. Now, his name is Martin
Martin Lübke.
Lübke. I can do Lübke.
Martin Lübke.
Martin
Lübke.
Martin Lübke.
Martin Lübke. But when the embassy called us, I said, well, how is he going to communicate? Do we need a translator? Oh no, he speaks English.
Oh well, everyone speaks English. It seems we're the only idiots that don't speak any. Oh, though Joe, you do. I'm sorry. I'm the only idiot that speaks one language.
Right.
But Joe's got it all down.
No, okay. So let me get this straight. So he is coming to perform free of charge.
Free of charge.
So is he kind of like provided by the German embassy to
by the
come?
German embassy and a few other sponsors. We have a few individual sponsors from this area. And, MK Plus and Montessori Kinder and Höfele Consulting are some of those sponsors, of course.
Right.
But yeah, we put all that in place after the embassy called us. We said, well, what do we need to do to really get him here? And they said, well, it's already set in stone. All we need is a place where he can perform. And I said, well,
Beautiful.
How many people does he usually perform in front of? And they said, well, around 800 people. I'm going, oh man, we're in Cleveland, Tennessee, or we're going to get a venue that seats 800 people. So the auditorium at the Walker Valley High School seats about 600.
Oh, that's perfect.
So again, it's free. Bring everyone.
Right, and there is, you can always go to, I think it's the Germany website, and to see a little bit about him. It talks about, his tour is called The Magic of the Miracle.
Yes.
And so they say that he is very stunning, that he does a lot of sleight of hands, but is very close to the audience. It's not like he's far, far away. When Joe did magic with our children when he was young, it was always good to be far, far away. Because they would just...
They believed everything
They did, but he would just drop it on the floor.
Take the coin like this and go... And they'd be like, wow, Daddy, where'd it go?
But this guy, he seems to be
he's a magician.
very talented.
No, he's a real magician.
He doesn't
play
we're
one
not
on
getting,
TV.
We're getting the real deal here from Germany, imported.
But let me ask you this, though, Brigitte. The reasoning behind it, like in other words, if he's not getting paid, of course, the support. Yes, what I'm saying. But is it just a gesture of goodwill?
It's a gesture of the German embassy to say thank you to this area of what we've done with the German and the American aspect. Back when we lived in Germany, we lived in an area where there were American barracks, and we always had German-American fests there too, to have that intercultural get together. And I think that's in this case, that's the same thing, that the embassy wants to, first of all, show their appreciation of what we do here.
Sure.
And it's just growing. Volkswagen, then Wacker, then all the suppliers.
Right. There's a big
and then us,
right?
Well,
absolutely, you guys, and you guys are doing a great job. You've got the German school that's at Lee University, right, or back there on the campus.
Well, we moved it.
Did you move it?
We moved it to Creekside, where we have our lower elementary program now.
Okay.
But it's still, it grew. We have an adult group there now as well.
Wow.
So that's actually going on Monday nights.
Okay.
So we have 3 classrooms. We have a classroom for kindergartners and first graders, and then 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, going up through 12th grade, and then for adults that just want to, if you want to learn a little bit. Oh no, you already know it.
Could I teach maybe? Could I teach maybe?
You can teach. He is very good at voices and at so as long as you say it first, he can.
Right, I can say it right behind you.
He may not know what he's saying, but who needs to know what you're saying? Right?
But the German school for the young people is still Saturday. True?
No, it's Mondays now.
Okay, so no longer Saturday German school.
No, it used to be a German Saturday school. Now it's a German language school, which we do Mondays. And then we'll also have a summer camp next summer. We've changed that a little bit because it was kind of rough on the kids. They go to school every day from 8 to 4. Now they just do 2 more hours on Monday afternoons, and they're done. They have their
that is better.
Mom and dads have their Saturdays free.
Sure.
The kids have their Saturdays. You like that?
Yeah.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah, I can see
and
that.
And I do too, well, to be honest with you. So.
Well, now let me ask you, how's that going? What's the enrollment now for the
we have 31 students, and. You mean for the language program?
Yes,
yeah, 31 students right now. We had 15 last year, and we were not accredited by the German embassy back then because we had to have a specific amount of students enrolled.
Okay.
But now we are accredited officially by the German embassy, and we work with them very closely. So there's also a test that they do that the children, once they go up in a specific grade level, that certifies that their German is up to standard.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now let me ask you this question, because there's folks out there. I do know Walker is still in a hiring process, I believe. And I'm sure Volkswagen. And from what I understand, the Walker plant here, I think they're talking about maybe like 600 or something employees at one point. But the one I understand in Germany is like its own little town. There's like 9,000 or 10,000 people that work at that plant.
I don't know how many work there, but I'm sure Konrad confirmed that number for you when you met with him.
Yeah, he was great.
But yes, it is. It's that #1 employer in that area.
And so, and it's going to be big here. I mean, they're planning for future growth, and so I guess the idea of German being spoken is, and if you work for the company, obviously it's probably great if you do know it. Now, people that get hired that have no idea of German, I guess they're learning it when they go over to do their little studying before they. But is there any people that are still taking like enrollment in the German school as well?
There's
to kind
always
of help?
room at the German school where they can take, or even if you just want to become a little bit more fluent in the German that you, or the bits and pieces that you might know. Yeah, so it is.
Yeah, and just or an overview of the language before, especially before you would go over there for training, that you would have had a little bit, that it's not so alien in a sense. But we're really excited about are you excited about the magician coming?
Yeah.
Do you like magic? I like magic.
Yeah.
I do too. They say it's a great illusion. They've got that he makes things go from one place to another, and that he has like a card that he gives to an audience member, and a few minutes later it's like in a brick of ice or something. I don't ever know how they do that stuff.
I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
I know. He taught, along with
Kim.
teaching German, he teaches magic as
Magic.
well. He's just magical all the way around.
Yeah, ask Ron. If
That's
you have
right,
any questions about
Ron
it.
knows. But this is exciting. So
it
it's going
is
to be October the 6th.
October 6th.
Through the 19th, right? Is that right? Or just the 6th here? Okay, these other places are.
Yeah, the other places.
Okay, so it's just going to be that night at 6 o'clock.
So you see, it's also in Charlotte and in Greenville, in
Fort
Birmingham. Benning. Yeah. So Cleveland, Tennessee is probably the smallest town.
Yes, actually, it really is. But we are so proud that he is coming here,
kidding.
and that they think that that Cleveland in this area, is an area that they want to give props to, and to really work with the community here. So we're very excited, but we know that your family has a lot to do with this. I mean, you guys have promoted the whole Mosaic, environment and culture and that type of thing. And so thank you so much for enlightening, make us a little smarter over here, Joseph.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So maybe when Martin Lübke comes, you can show him some tricks.
I was thinking that, and what I'm thinking is we'll probably sit down and just have a lengthy conversation in German, he and I, and then we'll do some magic. I'll probably help him out.
Those are his illusions.
Right.
Or delusions.
I have my own. Yeah, thank you. And please don't correct me on that. Let it stay like that here.
You can listen to all those voices in your head in whatever language you want to listen to.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But let's also talk real quick about the Montessori school.
Yes.
Are we taking students enrollment for next year?
And this year as well.
Okay.
So our lower elementary has doubled since last year, and our pre-primary classroom, which is our 0 to 3-year-old classroom, that has a wait list. So I'm taking wait list in that classroom right now. In our primary classroom, that is almost full. But we are taking for the new school year enrollment.
How many students? How many students do we have?
65.
Wow.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, we started out with 3 students 8 years ago.
I remember when it was like 20.
And they were all 3 yours, right?
No, not counting mine, okay? I had Amelie, and she was 2 years old back then.
Well, thank you for being with us. We're all excited about, seeing the magician. I love magic, and we'll see you.
So real quick, it's at Walker Valley High School. It's on the 6th.
In the auditorium.
The auditorium begins at
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
From 6
absolutely
to 7:30.
free admission.
Yeah, free. We're going to have German pretzels there.
Hey.
Needloff's in Chattanooga Bakery is donating 200 pretzels.
Oh, wow.
So you better get there.
Get there early.
And if you want tickets to make sure that you get a seat because space is limited, 600 people, then call us. 423-479-7282.
And that's the Montessori school.
That's the Montessori school, yes. And Megan or I will answer the phone, 423-479-7282. October 6th, 6 o'clock. Magic.
Good.
Fun night of
magic. I know.
Yes.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no kidding. And everybody loves magicians, young and old alike.
That's right.
So, Ron, you like a magician, don't you? A good one? Okay. And he's one of the older ones I was talking about. In any case, don't forget, October 6th, Walker Valley High School in the auditorium. Get there early to get a good seat, or call in advance, get a ticket.
Get a ticket.
Absolutely free of charge, and it's for anyone.
Nothing's free anymore, guys, so
That's
take
true.
advantage.
And not especially not an accomplished magician, somebody that he tours all over. You said the Southeast.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the world apparently, because he's from Germany.
Well, there you go, Joe.
So, see, he and I, we've got a lot of things in common. But in any case, we're going to be back with more. Thank you so much, Brigitte.
Thanks
Thank you,
for having
Amelie,
us.
for being with us.
You got to hush. You just said too much.
I know. We're going to be back with more Tennessee Valley this morning. We've got Ron Moore on the way when we return after these commercial messages. Stay tuned.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Hello, I'm Bill Odom.
Hi, and I'm Tammy Odom.
We want to invite you to join us on Joyous Living Today for interviews, testimonies, and gospel music by special guests and Dixie Sunshine.
Right here on WTNB, Sundays at 4 p.m. and Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
Jesus, Jesus, the light of the world.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Has your disability application been denied? Are you frustrated with the administration's processing of your claim? Do you feel as though the administration simply does not understand why you cannot work? You're not alone. My name is Matthew Coleman, and I'm an attorney representative. I find that many of my clients share these concerns and others. As a representative, it's my job to communicate your claim to the administration in a language that they can understand. As an attorney, it's my duty to fight for the disability benefits that you deserve. Come talk to me. The Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson, PC.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100. Welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. Joe and Kim Palo. Okay, I got that.
Thank you. Well,
Joe,
I didn't know if you were watching.
Oh, Kim, I'm
If you're always you got
I'm right
this,
on
you got
everything.
this.
You know what I'm saying? I got this.
I don't know. It's a
But in
little
any
early.
case, it is early. It is Wednesday. Again, we thank you for joining us. But we are now joined by Ron Moore, our resident Bradley County historian, that, as we always say, always has good stuff to talk about.
Except for when he picked.
Well,
Now,
you know,
see, Kim's not going to even. Kim doesn't.
history's easy, particularly when you talk about people that's already dead and it's already happened,
That's
because
right.
no one can argue with it.
That's exactly
So,
right.
You can make up whatever
the
you want to.
obscure type history that I do is just like, oh, really? That happened? Yes, it really did. You know?
But today's
all I have
history.
to say is you read it in the paper and it's true.
Oh, yeah. My
well,
mom
right
used
on
to
the
do
internet.
that. My mom would say, and I'd say, Mom, what paper? All right, so it was the National Enquirer. But Joseph, they said, Mom, please, right there, we just stop it.
I would have loved to know your mom.
Oh, my
she's a
goodness.
hoot. She was a hoot.
She was a hoot.
Oh.
But now let's today we've got a great subject,
Right.
because we have talked about in the past fire departments and that kind of thing. But today we're talking about the city.
The city, yeah, the Cleveland Fire Department. You know, the city was formed in the early 1840s, but we didn't get an organized fire department until 1895. So those early days was just everybody'd run, grab a bucket, and head out that way. And of course, the early days is in 1895. We didn't have much fire equipment. We had literally horses and buggies and wagons, and basically that's how we went to put out the fire. But it was a more organized group. Everybody run down to the there and hitch up the horse.
Right.
You
And
know,
then get a bucket instead of bringing it from home.
Right. So get that. But 1906, we acquired our first fire truck.
Okay.
We had one, and we still had some horses and things. We had the fire chief at that time started receiving a regular salary, and the firemen were still all volunteered. They got paid for each time they went to a fire.
Okay.
And that's a system that worked all the way into the 70s and the 80s here.
really?
Is that they had one squad on, and then all the support people would get paid a fire run. Not a lot of money, but for getting up out of bed, coming in, they get additional. Now they don't do that as much. They have fuller squads and different amount of people on it each time, so they don't do that anymore. Their first motorized fire engine they got in here, and they got it in June 15th, 1921. They wrecked it.
Oh.
They were going around a corner of Ocoee and Inman and struck a pole and knocked it down. And Gid Hawk was injured. I like that name, Gid.
Gid Hawk.
G-I-D Hawk was injured, hit by flying glass. Observers stated that it was the first accident by a city fire truck. Unfortunately, we've had a few more over the years.
It happens.
Yes. Matter of fact, if you will remember when we first got the snorkel truck, within just several months after getting it, they turned it over here on Georgetown Road in the big curve there. It goes out to Peerless.
Mm-hmm.
They sort of laid it over there, and so we was out without a snorkel truck again. And they had to actually bring workers down here to repair the first fire truck. So it's a big effort, you know. And of course, you know, there wasn't a lot of mechanics because there wasn't a lot of cars. You know, we hadn't got into that.
Right.
In 1922, we finally hired a person to stay at the fire engine all the time, you know, at the firehouse overnight, and he was paid $10 a month. This was his full-time job.
But
and
now, was that his board though?
yes, he
Because
got free
lives
rooms
right? He
there,
got a
and
free-
then he got a per run allowance also.
Right,
So you know, he could make, if there's a lot of fires, he'd make good money. But
Got a bunch
hopefully,
of matches in his pocket, huh?
and then in 1923, Cleveland really just realized they had a lot of problems with fires because we had fire hydrants now, but none of the couplers were the same. As a matter of fact, we had 40 different types of couplers. So when they got there, the hoses wouldn't hook
Had
to the
have
fire
a bag
hydrants.
of coupler fitters.
So they had a big project. They called in design people and engineers. You know how they do that by committee,
right?
by committee, right?
About a committee.
And they tried to start working on Then later on, W.O. Horner, Horners, became the long-standing fire chief, and then he resigned in 1924. Well, then politics kicked in. It's hard to imagine. I know Mr. McDaniel's sitting over here. He knows nothing about politics. Never affects anything you're doing whatsoever.
Educational-wise, has no effect.
And so they appointed a new chief, and everybody went crazy. They were mad at him, and this group wanted this guy, and this guy wanted this group. So W.O. come back and says, I'll just take it back if you'll give it to me, and boom, they all give it back to him. And then it got really going again because fire cost a lot of money. Sound like today, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. They started worrying about all the costs, and so they had big arguments about that. And they had got up to 12 regular volunteers.
Wow.
12 regular volunteers.
And some kind of iffy.
Yeah. In 1924, they decided to buy another truck. And they bought an engine. It's the LaFrance engine. They bought it for $12,500. A lot of money in 1924.
Really?
And we still own that fire engine today. It's down at the museum.
Right,
okay.
So that's the little France there. And they've had it restored and saved. And thank goodness we saved some history. So that's pretty much about the Cleveland Fire Department.
Well, let me ask you this.
I can't believe that cost $12,000 in 1924.
$500.
And yeah, that's a lot.
Something I wanted to ask you about with all of that. Okay, this may be really
one of those questions.
Oh, yeah, this may not be a question that somebody should probably ask. All right, but now we got the Cleveland Fire Department, we got the Bradley County Fire Department.
Oh dear.
They both are do very well at what they do. The city, and they both got their trucks. Okay, the city is in the county, right? So what determines whether or not Cleveland responds or Bradley County responds?
County's not in the city, though.
Well, being on the 911 board when we created the new system.
Kim, I'm sorry, I wasn't asking you. I was asking
Ron. The
okay.
county is not in the city.
I know.
Basically, we took
Johnny
all
can tell you
all
this.
addresses that fall inside the city are responded to the city.
Right.
And before we had the contracts and the fire contracts changed everything, we had what's called the fringe area, which would be the city fire department still done that, and then the volunteer Bradley County Fire Department responds to everything else. Now, I have seen in one incident where there was actually a house right in the segment between a volunteer fire department in the north and one in the south, and the city fire department, and all three showed up. And it was
who puts the fire out?
Right.
Well, it was.
So they just start spraying each
and
other.
at the next board meeting of the 911, we had angry firemen there saying, "That was my fire. That's your fire." And Sheriff Gelly, I'll never forget. If my house catches on fire, send them all.
That's right. I mean, right.
So, it was right at the beginning of that. Of course, every address then would be assigned to a unique station. So when you call in from 911, it automatically identifies your number now. It says fire department at Hopewell goes, or the Cleveland Fire Department, and which department goes there.
Oh,
okay.
And then, and of course, they have a mutual aid system too. So if Bradley County gets out into the county out there, and it's a huge fire, the Cleveland Fire Department's going to come and support them, or we may even get people out of Chattanooga, and sometimes they'll come up and stand by at the county line in case we need more fires break out in a smaller place. So that mutual aid works very well. So the Cleveland Fire Department, it's the main fire department in the area. We also have a lower fire rating because they are all full-time.
Right.
The county now has full-time employees, but supplemented by volunteers. The main force is volunteer.
Right, right.
What if you don't have a landline? We don't have a landline. We'd have to go to Luana's, have to go to your your sister-in-law Johnny's house to call for the fire
911
department.
now does have some
do they have cell phones?
Cell phone capability to do that.
I know Domino's has our cell phone.
Well, that's important.
Yeah, that's
what I mean.
You would
need to call the fire department and let them
anytime
know.
you call, make sure you stay on the line. With anytime you call any type of emergency, and stay there and make sure that the 911 enhanced 911 has got your address. If not, you need to continue to be on the line to help them get there.
Right.
Usually on the fire, it's easier. Look for smoke.
Right.
Right. Flames.
Yeah,
I think it's there. Yeah, there it is.
When you need an ambulance, it's a little tougher, but But when a fire, you know,
When you
it's
get close to a
yeah.
fire, you kind
Now,
of
and it's true that each firehouse is housed. It's like 24 on, 24 off. Is that what it is? Is that how
Not
they do
anymore.
it?
They have. They used to be 24 and 24 off, but now they've changed it to regular shifts. I think they rotate
Oh,
out
okay,
through.
okay.
Maybe even 12 hours, I think, Michael.
And
we
that
were
may have
talking with
changed
Mike about
tomorrow or
that.
last week. You know that
Who
you know,
knows?
constant. But they used to be 24 on, 24 off, 24 on, 24 off, and then they changed that. There was some labor issues and time issues
Right.
at work and.
I mean, and I don't know, maybe it was because from when you're a little kid, but I always wanted just to ride the pole down. I mean, you know, Batman used to do it, the firemen do it.
I don't think they have
Did
any
you
of
get
those
that
here
image?
now. You know, now they don't ride on. Yeah, I got that image.
Did you get that image? 2,000 dead possums.
No, wait a minute. I'm not talking about pole dancing, Kim. I'm talking about sliding down the pole to get into a truck.
I know, I'm just saying.
I mean, my goodness, you know. But they don't do that anymore?
No, most fire engines
I'd
now.
still want to do that.
Of course,
I said, guys, I'll get in the truck. I'm just going to slide down.
Of course, the original reason in big cities, you know, you don't have a lot of room to spread out.
Right, right.
You have to go up, and so that's why the trucks would be downstairs. The firemen would go down. Also, they don't ride on the back of the truck anymore. And if you remember the early days, they stood on the back and held the pole, and you could see new firemen get back there when no one's looking and was stand back there and grab that pole, see how good it is. And
well, because old fire trucks, didn't the guy in the back also have a steering wheel?
Well, that's on the old hook and ladder.
That's what I'm
truck,
saying.
yeah.
He turned the back wheels to. I mean, you have to be in complete agreement with the guy in the front.
There's probably some of those up. Probably in
the
the New York area. There's probably some of that. Around here, we never had those type of trucks. And we do have now, you know, the snorkel truck.
Right. I mean, because if you ever watch like Tom and Jerry, you know, there's always the guy in the back.
He
It was
passes,
just really, you know,
yeah.
going
And
like
you
this.
know how that is so lifelike.
That's what it is lifelike.
I know.
Mean, cartoons are real.
They are.
But anyway, so the Cleveland Fire Department, of course, is a one. Both are Cleveland and Bradley, but
yes, they do a good job.
They both do wonderful jobs, and so they respond based on where that particular location is, and then 911 disperses whether it's Cleveland or whether it's Bradley.
Right. The address you call from automatically comes up and says this is fire station A, B, C, or D, and you send that, and then the responding truck would say. If it's a big fire, you would hear the chief come in and go ahead and send out other trucks. You'll hear if you listen to the tones, they'll tone out different stations.
Okay.
And then if those stations start going, like that's when you get the mutual aid to come up and to guard the rest of the city while they're fighting a big fire over here.
Yeah, man. And you know, we always talk about it, and in all seriousness, these guys are heroes too. I mean, they
do unbelievable work.
Yeah, they do, and their life is on the line. For what? Just to help you to put out the fire maybe that is engulfing your home.
It's amazing the equipment they have that they can see in the smoke now, you know, all kind of vision gear and their oxygen they have to wear. The fire ratings for the Cleveland Fire Department and the Bradley Fire Department are different. The city's going to have a better rating because, first off, because of fire hydrants, and the other, the response time and full time makes that a little bit better on the insurance standard. In the county, we don't have as many fire hydrants. We are still a volunteer type program.
Right.
And so, but we've seen that lower down over the years as they get better trained also.
Right.
So both of them do a great job. It's just location and time. You know, if you live down at the end of the county line, down Dalton Pike towards there, you know, it's going to take longer for the volunteers to get there and the trucks to get there. And so it makes a little bit difference in that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and as we said, they do a wonderful job, so
Sure
we
do.
do appreciate all of them. Ron, thank you so much for telling us that. You're always interesting.
I know.
Always interesting.
Always interesting.
Always got so. In fact, if Debbie doesn't tell you that enough, I will.
Well, she doesn't.
No,
She doesn't.
I'm
She
sure
needs
she
to.
does.
And I will
Debbie's
say-
very interesting.
And I want to say the class of 1972, Bradley High School, this past Saturday, the last class that walked the hallowed halls of Old Bradley.
Old Bradley.
Of Old
Out on
Bradley.
Old Coy Street.
That's
We had
right.
our, and then after we tore that building up, you know, they had to build a new one and put it down there on South Lee Highway.
Okay.
So they,
And you did. I did listen a little bit, and I can't remember who called in, but he was remembering every teacher that was there, their names and what they taught, and who he. And I mean, I was sitting there just in my life trying to think of my but I mean every one he was
Had
rattling them
a
off.
yearbook, I'm sure.
No, I don't think
can't
so.
remember
Yeah.
that
No, I'm
at all.
telling you, he was just rattling it off. But I mean, you know, it's some people have better memories.
I have none, so there you go.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks,
I know
Ron.
all my teachers.
Remember everyone?
Yeah. And most of them remember me, but
Yeah,
not for a good
Not
reason.
for- They just have memories.
Well, we
that's
thank you. Yeah.
99.9,
Yeah,
10
99.9.
o'clock to noon every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
For
Old Town Cleveland. We said it in stereo.
Yes, we did.
All right. Thank you so much for being with
Ron.
us again, buddy.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you Friday night. We got another
Right.
Football Friday on the way.
Yes, sir.
Just pick Bradley real quick.
I'm picking
He
Bradley
did.
this week, yes.
He is. He is.
He got in trouble.
All right. We're going to be back with more Tennessee Valley this morning. We have Superintendent of the Year, Johnny
Right
McDaniel,
here.
on the way. Right after this, stay tuned.
Great local sports right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television. Keep up to date on all your Walker Valley sports news Wednesdays with the Walker Valley Sports Zone. Get a behind-the-scenes look at all the local high school area football with the pregame Thursdays at 10. And it's a Friday night tradition. Football Friday, every Friday night at 11 o'clock, right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Has your disability application been denied? Are you frustrated with the administration's processing of your claim? Do you feel as though the administration simply does not understand why you cannot work? You're not alone. My name is Matthew Coleman and I'm an attorney representative. I find that many of my clients share these concerns and others. As a representative, it's my job to communicate your claim to the administration in a language that they can understand. As an attorney, it's my duty to fight for the disability benefits that you deserve. Come talk to me. The Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson, PC.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Welcome back. I wish that got on. Welcome back,
hate the
Tennessee
Jets.
Valley, this
Sorry,
morning.
New York. We hate
On WTNB, Joe and Kim Palo. As you can see, we are joined by our superintendent of Bradley County Schools, Superintendent of the Year in the state of Tennessee.
That's right.
Johnny McDaniel is with us. Thank you for being with us.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. We are so proud.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Quite an honor and humbling, and it's great to be nominated by my peers from the southeast region of Tennessee, and went on, of course, to the state level, and it was a blind reading of the applications, and 7 educators, 2 retired superintendents, 2 current superintendents, 2 educators at large, and the executive director for the Tulsa organization, Dr. Keith Brewer, and they scored our applications, and I had the highest score, and it made me the superintendent of the year.
There you go.
I think it speaks to the hard work of Bradley County, the people here. We've done a lot of great and innovative things for children. You know, I'm committed to finding ways to helping children be successful, and it's just wonderful, a wonderful opportunity to be a spokesperson for what we're doing in Tennessee, the good things we're doing for children, and I feel very honored and blessed to receive the recognition.
Well, you should,
And now you go for the national.
In 2013, right?
Yes, that's right. In February, there's a meeting of the American Association of School Administrators. It's going to be out in Los Angeles. Can't say I'm really looking forward to going to Los Angeles.
I don't blame you.
But I will go. That's part of the
you'll
award.
suffer through it, won't you? You'll just
I'll
go
go
to
out
LA
there in
and
February
suffer, right?
and be there. And yes, there'll also be a summit where all 50 superintendents will be brought together, and we'll have a large discussion about the condition of education in America and where we're going, and kind of a planning session, if you will. The top 10 national finalists will be brought to Washington, D.C. for interviews. And so then going to Los Angeles, we will know who the top 10 are. So if I happen to be in the top 10, I'll be
sit right here and tell us about it.
That's exactly
That'd be
right.
wonderful. I'd love to be able to tell you how that goes.
That's right, how that
Well,
went.
and what an honor, because obviously, I mean, in the entire state, we like to think that Bradley County is a forerunner to most of the other counties in what we do in every aspect of our community, education being top of it. But I think it's a wonderful testament to what we've done in this county, what you folks have done, all the people that work with you in the school office, all the teachers, all the principals. Everybody seems to be on the same page.
Worked very hard, and we've had a very deliberate hiring process. All of our jobs are online. We advertise all of our jobs, from janitor to teacher, and everything in between. And Bob Taylor before me was very committed to hiring the best person for the job as a principal. I remember being in meetings, and that was his advice and desire, and I have continued that same policy. I believe in the Jim Collins model of being, if you want to go from good to great, one of the things you have to do is get the right people on the bus, and then get them on the right seat on the bus. And our administrators work very hard. We have hard-working, good people who love children, who really want to see them be successful, and I'm just real honored and proud to be part of a great system like Bradley County Schools.
Yeah.
So what's one of your greatest? What's one of your proudest moments? I mean, what do you think that you've accomplished? Here we've had some devastating things to happen because of out of your hands as far as structurally and that kind of thing, which happens. But you've got to have some proud moments too.
Well, I am. I really love the work that we've done at the high school level. It wasn't too long ago that the graduation rate here in Bradley County was down in the 70s. And this year, it's still embargoed. I almost let it out, and I don't want to have to go to jail over giving out information before it's time. But
we'll bail you out.
Oh, well, thank you. But the national goal is 90%. Okay. That is in the No Child Left Behind legislation, that if high schools and districts can reach that 90% threshold, they would have met the goal for high school graduation rate, and I can say that this year in Bradley County we're going to be above that goal.
Oh, excellent.
Oh,
good.
And so to think that we've moved in the right direction, and the many processes that go around that, the 9th grade program that we started over at Bradley High School when I was principal, I believe that was a step in the right direction toward getting students moving toward graduation. If you can get students through the 9th grade and transition into high school, it's going to be much better for their graduation and their career beyond high school. The statistics indicate 80% of dropouts in America failed the 9th grade. So if you want to do something about dropouts, you do something about what you're doing in the 9th grade.
No kidding.
Now, is that the reason why the 9th grade became the freshman when we moved it back to the high school? Because I know junior high used to be like 7, 8, 9, and then high school was 10, 11, 12. And now, of course, high school freshman is 9th grade.
Well, in part, the middle school model that Bradley County moved to several years ago changed. what happened from elementary to middle. So we have kindergarten in elementary schools.
Right.
When we were in school, kindergarten wasn't at the elementary school. Today we have state mandated kindergarten.
Right.
And the middle school model moves students from elementary to middle school in the 6th grade. So you have 6, 7, 8 at the middle school, and then the high school model 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade.
Right.
That 9th grade year from middle to high school is a transition year.
It is.
And so really to do something about helping those students move forward with success is very important. And the work I did in Florida, the work that I've done here, I think that process, the Small Learning Communities grant that we were awarded 2 years ago, has really been beneficial to helping all 3 high schools in Bradley County and Cleveland City, to where we partnered together. It was a $6,000 grant. When Congress made some of the cuts, that was cut in half from $6 to $3 million, but $3 million is still a pretty hefty grant. And it has allowed us to do a lot of planning and training and helping teachers understand the needs of students and to meet the needs of students through the academy model. And at all 3 high schools, there's been a lot of training, a lot of work that has gone into helping students be successful there. And we've also brought in some high-end academic programs, another way of helping high-achieving students stay involved and pushed and challenged. And so we're bringing the Cambridge program to Bradley High School this year. They have about 400 students that are beginning the Cambridge program, which is an internationally recognized curriculum that has standing at universities and colleges across America. And the International Baccalaureate program up at Walker Valley. Again, another high-end academic program that challenges the very top-level students with a curriculum that's recognized internationally.
I of course, you know, we deal with a lot of kids that I guess are in the CTE part of the schools. To me, that's where I have seen a tremendous advance. As we talked about, when we were in school, shop was shop. You took shop as an elective just to get through it. Now, today, the CTE programs are just incredible.
Well, you have the great restaurant, in a sense, the chef's program
all
at
of it,
at Bradley.
The media department.
And the media department at Walker Valley is unbelievable. You know, what they do. They do an awesome job. I mean, so you've got some great people out there. And you're getting ready to have a magic show out there with the young guy from Germany is coming over to Walker Valley to perform. So.
And that's part of that academy model, Joe. It's part of what we do to help students fit in. One of the ideas is that high schools are so big across America, one of the things you have to do is break them down into smaller units to where students have a sense of belonging. And if they're tied into the culinary program or if they're tied into the engineering program. And it isn't vocational anymore, it's career technical, because we really believe in applying high-end academics in those real-life applications. So you can have a student in high-level math and physics taking an engineering class with hands-on real-life application, and it makes it more relevant to the student. So that's part of what we've been working on. We've continued in Bradley County to emphasize reading at the elementary. And coming in, I knew we had some deficits in math, so we really focused on the math facts. We brought in some of our level 5 teachers and said, hey, what do you do different than other teachers? And we found out, well, they really emphasize the basic math facts. And so we've had the math facts in a flash across our system when we give away t-shirts. And have fun around learning. Have fun for reading in our AR programs, the reward programs, accelerated reader programs to where students earn points and can cash in their reader bucks, and just making learning fun, but it's part of what we believe overall that you have to practice, just like at basketball or tennis. You have to practice the shot, and you have to practice reading, you have to practice math. And so we've tried to incorporate that. Bradley County's test scores have been very strong. This year we had achievement growth in every category. And our TVAS growth, which is the state model for evaluating growth, we were 5. It's a 1 to 5, 1 the lowest, 5 the highest. In all 4 categories we were level 5. So we're very proud of that. And while we're funded near the bottom, we perform near the top, and very proud of that here in Bradley County.
Well, I'll tell you, there's much for us to be proud of, and of course, you being our superintendent.
And we're very proud of you.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Very proud of you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on being superintendent of the year in the state of Tennessee, and good luck when you go to the Nationals, as they say.
That's right.
But when we thank you for being with us today, Johnny. Appreciate you.
Glad to be here.
And he's a fellow Dolphin fan.
That's exactly right.
But we told everybody in the beginning how we knew you way back when he had long hair.
Right, long hair. We were all back in the day.
We were talking about how much more hair
just a few years ago.
Just a few.
But in any case, we want to thank, of course, Johnny for being with us today, and of course, Ron Moore and Brigitte Hofferly and Amelie Hofferly,
was here,
who were with us as well. We thank you for watching us today on Tennessee Valley this morning. Don't forget, replay at noon, and we'll see you again, I guess,
Friday morning.
Once again. Have yourself a good day, and don't forget, if you're on your way to school or work, be careful and hurry up because you're going to be late. We'll see you Friday.
Don't be late.
We'll see you Friday. Don't forget tomorrow, Nancy Kaysen and Brene Beatty. So have yourself a good Wednesday, and again, thanks for joining us.